hii sheria inasema mimi naunga mkono leo, itatusaidia. Lakini pia when I'm here today, ningeomba commission, kwa sababu commissioner used to work here. Ile fine ulipiga mbunge yetu ya Nakuru, you can consider to review the same, umusamhe, kwa sababu mambo ya election, he is a first offender. When you are first offender in a court, una haki ya kusamehewa. Kama mbunge yetu alifanya makosa and the commission you feel offended, please, you can review the decision and treat him as a first offender. Kwa sababu ni mbunge amechaguliwa miaka 3, msimu 3, 15 years, ndio? Na wewe ulikuwa hapa pia, alikuwa meya yako hapa Nakuru. Thank you very much. I'm requesting humbly to address from the front here. Those who came late, I'll introduce my name myself. Daniel Murugu. And for full disclosure, this is my polling station. So I think I'm home today. I want to give my public participation reactions. Madam Wakili, these are not questions. These are not questions. By stating as follows. One, in a public participation, it's either you support the activity or maybe you don't support. So I want to go into record that I support this framework. One, you actually gave a historical journey from 208 thereabout, and I had you quote the Gikaria Commission, which in 208, after we had the problem of 207, and humbly I would also want to confirm to you, when the Gikaria Commission had us sitting in Nakuru at the governor's office, I was in attendance, and even also the commissioner presiding this meeting was also in attendance. I should also first thank you for this presentation you've done today here. Number two, I should also thank the commissioner presiding this meeting, because those years behind used to work in Nakuru here, and we are happy that he's actually doing a good job for Kenyans working under this commission. I just want to quote your presentation. What you actually present as the objective for this regulation, I support, and my friend, you've taken my point. The point on person's disability, that would have been my point number one. But equally, when you aspire to make a level playing ground for all aspirants, I would have, under your objective, you want to promote fair campaigning. This actually speaks to my heart, because as especially regard independent candidates, Madam Ogili, in terms of unfairness in actually electoral process, I have actually an interest to see how independent candidates are able to compete like any other person who's actually being sponsored by a political party or has a big finance muscle. So fairness, I support. When you talk about rationale regulation, you want to unfair election, that one I support, because I had said that if I vote next year, I'll be voting for the 8th time, having voted first time in 1992. So on issues about IEBC and election year in Kenya, I've been voting last 40 years. I support. I should also recommend, number one, we can use these regulations in next year's election on a pilot basis. Wala naongea mnyamaze tafadhali. So, recommendation number one, because from 208, Gikaria came from South Africa, asked Kenya to develop campaign financing legal frameworks. Up to this time, we are not able to have the regulations. So, for next year's election, we can use these regulations on a pilot basis. Number two, I also have a concern if in future we shall be able to develop county-specific regulations on campaign financing. I hope I'm very clear on that one. I would still also want to comment again on the aspect of independent candidates. Bwana Commissioner, in 2017, at the County Assembly of Nakuru, 3 persons were elected to be as being independent MCAs. Coming to 2002, the number increased up to 7. And this is the scenario still at the National Assembly. The number of independent candidates will actually be growing every election cycle every 5 years. So if you develop regulations as a commission and you don't factor the interest of any person who may want, for whatever reason, you'd want to vie as an independent candidate, I will have a very big, serious concern on this one. In terms of the actionable duration for this, you said these regulations, some of the actionable time will be. Iso de nata kelele brother, iso de nata kelele. Chukua soda ukinyamaza. So wakili amesema kwamba hii sheria na hii mambo mipango ya pesa, chukua soda bila kelele, itaanza kufanya kazi miezi 6 kabla uchaguzi. So that the tentative duration when you put this regulation, in fact these regulations, my take will be February next year. But I should also support political parties that accrue money from the National Treasury. Bwana Commissioner, maybe at this time I'm partless. If you check my data today, I'm partless. If you check the data this time, nataka kutetea wale wa vyama vya kisiasa. Is it possible, Commissioner, by February 1st, all the pending money yet to be disbursed to political parties, we can have the National Treasury disbursing these funds? So ile pesa yote ambayo chama A ijapewa na ina haki kupewa kwa sababu iko na uwakilishi bungeni, tukianza mpango, I don't want to hear political parties complaining that they are pending monies which are yet to actually be shared out by the National Treasury. I want to be quoted here and outside. Nimesema hiyo. So I'm summarizing. You talked about audit. It's not very clear either internal audit or external audit. Kwa NGOs, we see so many NGOs doing civic education over election time, right? I'd also want serious monitoring of cash flows. Ile pesa inaingia kutoka nje, either commission or maybe those other multi agencies. You are able to follow this. We are sure that there is no inflow of dirty money in Kenya. Naendelea kusema mwisho. Hii sheria kwa hivyo mimi nasema ninaunga mkono leo hapa na reporting baada ya uchaguzi, the report that will be generated by political parties and candidates. Can I be a mwananchi through right to access of information? Can I be able to give me a guarantee? I can be able to access that information, especially after the end of the election. So don't do report, and these reports are not accessible to members of the public. Yet also, you did not clarify maybe the registration of committees, authorized finance committees. You are not very clear on that one. So hii sheria nasema mimi naunga mkono leo, itatusaidia. Lakini pia when I'm here today, ningeomba commission, kwa sababu commissioner used to work here. Ile fine ulipiga mbunge yetu ya Nakuru, you can consider to review the same. Umusamhe kwa sababu mambo ya election, he is a first offender. When you are first offender in a court, una haki ya kusamehewa. Kama mbunge wetu alifanya makosa and the commission you feel offended, please, you can review the decision and treat him as a first offender. Kwa sababu ni mbunge amechaguliwa miaka 3, msimu 3, 15 years, ndio? Na wewe ulikuwa hapa pia, alikuwa meya yako hapa Nakuru. Kwa hivyo mimi natumia nafasi hii kuomba kwamba the commission can review the fine that actually was to our MP. You will be treated as a first offender. Thank you very much. Namaliza.
Sawa. Thank you so much for the, I think we take 2 more.